to another edition of the Bearcat Foundation Coaches Show. Coming up here with Craig Bentley, and I'd like to thank our sponsors, University of Arkansas at Rich Mountain, where you can continue your education right here in Polk County for the same tuition rate, or transfer out. I butchered that one, didn't I? And you can get your 2-year degree and then continue your tuition rate at the local rate at anywhere at the University of Arkansas system schools, as well as I'd like to thank Sterling Machinery, Mena Insurance, your hometown insurance provider, as well as Union Bank of Mena. And that goes without saying that Union Bank is always there.
Just a few things for us over the years.
Absolutely, and they're always there for us. And well, like to really, without those sponsors, it'd be hard to make any of this broadcast as well as the live stream broadcast happen. So we'd really like to thank those people. Well, Coach, boy, not to say it wasn't expected to face, because you're facing a really tough Malvern team, but irregardless, I mean, it's been a tough stretch here facing these perennial powerhouses and 7-4A football.
And I think a lot of questions like, well, how did that even happen? How does that even come where you're playing, those three powerhouses back to back to back? And the fact of the matter is, it's really by the luck of the draw, because when the conferences are set every 2 years, it's kind of a random pick as to what school gets what schedule. We don't pick it, the coaches don't pick it. Sometimes you can move some games around if you need to and whatever, but most of the time it's just a random pick of the draw, generated again very randomly. And so I think for that stretch of games, I would challenge anybody in the state to go find a stretch of games tougher than that right there that we just faced. And again, but it's nothing that we're going to run from, pout about, or be upset about. For us to get to where we want to be, we have to play good teams. We have to see where we're at, see what we're able to do, and what we need to get better at. So again, finishing off with the #1 team in the state. And I think they have 4 Division I signees now. Very, very good football team, and definitely a tough stretch there for us these last 3 weeks.
4 Division I signees, so I want to repeat that. I believe we talked, and we get one about every 30 years or so, maybe. I don't know. We're trying to calculate.
Whatever. So yeah, we, that's not counting, some guys that'll go play Division II and some lower level college football, but there's no lower level. All of college football is good.
All of college football is amazing.
So
in fact, we got a dad right here that's that can attest to that.
Absolutely, 100%.
Justin Dean's father films this and produces it, and I challenge anybody, once you get to that level, because we talk about Division I, but the difference in athletic ability, and you can look at the NFL prospects that come out of those other divisions
from OBU,
and from in fact from OBU, and so, in fact I believe Malvern, they said there were probably 6 more that were shoe-ins to go with plus the 4, so that would make 10.
Oh, no doubt, very easily, and they've got a great run of talent right now, of course, and coaches do a great job over there too. I mean, it is a lot about the talent too. Well, but they have a good group of coaches as well. So like I said, I think their left tackle, just saw where he signed with UCA. The running back's going to Colorado State, who's had a good year at Division I this year. The receiver who made some big plays against us has some Division I offers, and then their H-back tight end has some Division. I think he's going to Arkansas State, something like that.
I thought they had a tackle that had committed to the Hogs.
Yeah. I think he had some interest from the Hogs early, and I don't know how that ended up. But anyway. Regardless, you've got several high-level college prospects there, so a challenge for anybody, not just the Bearcats. A challenge for anybody that's playing them. And like I said, they won the state championship last year. I think graduated 5-6 kids maybe. They graduated quarterback.
Favored to win this year.
Oh, for sure, no doubt. So, good football team, and it's a good environment for us. It's a good environment for our kids to go on the road in a tough environment and see it, and that way it's, if we have to do that in the playoffs, it's not.
And you have to say, what's your opinion? It has a potential to be a really positive experience, because you don't really know what you're made of until you get stretched.
Yeah, for sure.
Get out of your comfort zone.
For sure. I mean, it presents a lot of different challenges, right? And so, like I said, if you can hang together, stick together, and be tough, and make it through this stretch, you can come out of it a lot better. And And for us, we usually say there's 3 parts in a season: non-conference, conference, and then your postseason. And so 3 different seasons within your one season. This year we're kind of taking an approach of there's 4 seasons. You know, we had our non-conference that went really good for us. We went 3-1, had some really good football we were playing at that point. And then we've had our second season, what we're considering our second season. Didn't go as good for us. Went 0-3, played some really good football teams. Had some spurts of some good on both sides of the ball there, but overall we struggled. And so we go into this third season, our last stretch of the regular season, with 3 games left, 1 non-conference game, 2 conference games, and a great opportunity for us to finish this season strong and do some things that this group of kids, really we still again have a chance to do things that this group of kids haven't done. We can win more games than we have in the last couple of years and get a higher playoff seed than we have. So that's all still on the table for us. But
Absolutely. Absolutely.
You know, it starts for us now. So.
Well, let's take a look at the recap of this Malvern game. We'll take a look at some of these offensive plays here first.
You know, we kind of came out pretty flat. I mean, there's no other way to say it. We came out a little flat, and if you do that right out of the gate, you blink and you get down early, and that's kind of what happened to us. And it's kind of been a little hill that I've got to do a better job getting these kids over. Is we find ourselves in these stretches or these lull stretches, I guess. And again, when you're playing a really good team, you can't do that because they will make you pay. And so we got down quick. We got down early, quick, but then we fought our way back into it a little bit. Forced a couple turnovers, got back on the field, did some good things. You know, this is our all-world player here, Jalen Dupree, going to play at Colorado State next year. But just a good job of our guys rallying him in and getting a good tackle and being where they're supposed to be. And he's so hard to tackle. I mean, he's not so much a juking and jiving type of guy or anything like that, but he's deceptively fast, very deceptively fast, and just a load.
A lot of bad angles.
Yeah, I mean, so good job by our defense. You know, we had 9 players in the box to try to get him to do something a little bit different for us. So at this point, we're down a couple scores, and I was really proud of our group at this point because it's kind of a thing where you know you're down and then you just kind of give up and be done. But we didn't. I want to point out how hard Jimmy Glenn's playing here. He's your end here at the top, kind of playing an outside linebacker, but he's down at a defensive end position here. And again, just playing really, really hard. Look at what he does there, that Division I, player there. You know, takes him and drives him back, and then gets thrown down, but he gets back up, and he's going to come force this fumble here. So I'm really proud, really proud there at this point. And again, that's kind of what we've done. We find those lulls and we fight our way back into it. And sometimes it's too late, sometimes it's not, whatever. So we've got to find a way to not hit those lulls as much. Maddox Medlin, again, a good job here, getting off his block and getting a good rush on this cue. And so again, Jimmy has had both our sophomores on our edges. Jimmy and Geis have had 2 really good years for us, and we're excited about the future with those guys.
2 young guys, and really seeing some of their first action this year. Jimmy, just recently in the last 2 or 3 games, right?
Well, yeah, Jimmy. Well, he kind of plays back and forth a little bit for us. Sometimes he drops back at backer, and depending on the game plan, he'll drop back it in. And so, they're just going to keep getting stronger and keep recognizing the game for us. And it's kind of hard to think about. We felt like we were more experienced. We definitely were, because we have a lot of juniors who started for us last year as sophomores. But then I turn around and I look and I think, well, we've got 3 guys on defense that are considerable, that are starting for us that are sophomores. Really 4 now, that 1 at linebacker, 1 at safety, and 2 on the defensive line, or 2 at outside linebacker or whatever. So we got 4 starters on sophomores that are sophomores on defense, and you flip it on the other side, and our center has been a sophomore, our quarterback is a sophomore, and receiver is a sophomore. So we're still young in some areas too, and learning some things here. So another good job. Again, we weren't able to capitalize off that first turnover. Still playing really hard. We get a forced fumble here, and Brody Peters does a really, really good job being aware. We work turnover circuits every week, multiple times a week, and scoop and score is one of those things. And so Brody, to see that ball, not only see it, but actually pick it up and go run with it, was a good heads-up play by him. Now I think we get a penalty, unfortunately, at the end right here, and we get the ball brought back. But really proud of our kids during this stretch of the game. When you're down by a lot to a team that's really, really good, you kind of have to fight that demon that says just get it over with or whatever.
It's awful easy to let go.
Yeah, and we did. We forced 2 turnovers right away, and then throw the ball around a little bit. Sean Sullivan had a really good night. And I thought Dax threw some good balls too, but Sean's had been our most consistent receiver this year, and catches some really tough balls as well. So.
No, Sean's worked a lot on his own to try to improve his route running, and boy, you can definitely see it.
He's put in the work through the summer, and so we tried to work in some different ways how to get him the ball, different aspects of the ball, and it's a really good throw and catch here. Again, we're down several scores here at this point, but they still have their everybody's still playing their good. So this was an impressive play here by Sean. Dak's doing a really good job getting this ball out quickly and just throwing it right there, and we get some good blocking up top from our receivers. Trip Hensley does a great job. He's running his route, but then he turns around, sees Sean has it, and then seals off his block for Sean to get down the edge. And Sean's on some really good speed and breaking tackles. That's not the first time he's done this. He's good at getting some yards after the catch there. So really well executed football play by our guys. And
really one of our premier athletes out there, isn't he?
Yeah, and just really has taken his game to the next level. And we've got to get the ball in his hands as much as we can. And we have some other talented receivers too. Caleb Cox has made some big catches for us. Elijah Smith is another really explosive receiver. He's been a little banged up, didn't play in this game. We're excited to get him back too. And I'm not naming everybody as far as receivers go, but Sean definitely has had a good year and done some really good things for us. Good fit there. I kind of put this in again. This is Geist just playing really, really hard. Again, getting up underneath that block, that's his number one job. I think that's super impressive for a sophomore and I think that shows you how, I think Coach Valencia, Coach Arnold, those guys have done a really good job with these guys because, man, that's a well-coached football player right there.
And it's one thing to say it's a sophomore, but it's another thing. I mean, the position he's playing, you just don't see. You expect a kid with his build because he's going to come back next year looking totally different.
Yeah, and he's supposed to get up underneath that block there, and again, well coached. But to be well coached, you have to take your coaching. Geist does that tremendously. And
willing to fight even an uphill battle
and just battling, getting down the line, and making a really physical tackle there. So, really, really good play by Geist there.
I'm really proud of that kid.
Yeah, another good fit here again, Brody. I mean, he's our leading tackler and just sees the hole, gets up there, chops him down, and does a good job of fitting and not waiting on that run to get to him. So watch the end zone view of it, but you can see it kind of open up for him and does a good job stepping in. Again, that's a really talented football player who doesn't get tackled very much. And honestly, we struggled tackling him in this game, but we showed what we were capable of multiple times throughout the night. Now we just have to put that together a little bit. A good little draw play here. Michael does a good job here running behind his back, and Max Rocha, Max is a guy who came in and after his junior high season last year started the last, I think, 3 games for us as a 9th grader. And it's hard to forget that, hard to remember that he's a sophomore too. Heck, as I was naming off them sophomores, I didn't
even think of him
because
I do too.
He's been there, he started for us last year and whatever, but
his mentality too. He doesn't seem like a sophomore.
Yeah, super mature football player and very technically sound, but we can look at it from the back end. But a really good pull here and a good seal from him, and Michael Sullivan doing a good job running behind that block and getting some good yardage. So good football play there by those guys. And you see, getting one of our money plays. We talk about it every week almost, but Brody does a good job with our little counter here, our double handoff, and finds a seam and a good pull there by our lineman getting in there and making some plays. So some good things to be had too throughout the night, and kept playing hard and going through it. A big pass here from Dax to Sean, hitting a deep ball here towards the end of the game. Good concentration. That guy's draped all over him. I think they called pass interference here. And we see it throws flag and just does a really good job catching this football and going to make some plays at the end of it. So just
great job.
Really, really talented. A good throw by Dax. Good protection as well. Good job by the offensive line, protecting and giving him time to throw as well too. And then we have Hunter McClara, who Hunter's jumped in and become a starter for us on defense. Has had a really him and Ryder House are two sophomores that kind of play that linebacker backfield position. Have done really good. I mean, they bring it in practice every single day. They bring the physicality every day. Ryder's been giving us a lot of good reps on Friday nights at his H position. Anytime we go in a 3-back set, so Hunter getting in here. Hunter's a good runner back as well. And does a really good job at linebacker, so he's able to get him a high school touchdown here, and we're happy for him. Just a base play for us.
Is this his first one?
Yeah, I believe so. So he
yeah.
does a good job scoring here, and we get in there at the very end. And other play here again is just to start with one of our young guys coming in playing hard and making a sack. So. Always like seeing the guys who work really hard get a chance to get in there and make plays, and
absolutely
because we our scout teams give us really good looks on both sides, offense and defense, and this is a chance these guys get to play. Aiden Golden's down here. He's playing out of position. Honestly, he just wants to play, and he's a senior who puts in the time and the effort every day, and just wanted to get in and play.
Great to see those kids get an opportunity.
Just wanted to get in and play, and so. He's playing really hard there at the bottom, and of course, a lot of times you hope that they're getting that opportunity when you're on the flip side of that thing. But
yeah, exactly.
But
taking the circumstances, they do the best with it.
Again, the chance that they got to play and making plays and doing some really good things there. So,
well, Coach, let's talk about, like you say, we're going into kind of another phase here, and where you're not trying to slay giants, but you still got some tough opponents ahead, and you've got to execute the plays, try to make the things happen, and the next opponent that we're facing, which I think is inarguably one of the big travesties in high school football, that their mascot is not the Falcon Nest Monster.
Yeah, the Bigfoot. Yeah,
it's got to be. Yeah, I mean,
we got to get this together here.
And it's even just it flows right in there. They should be the Falcon Nest Monsters.
Yeah. We'll see.
So as far as I'm concerned, it's what we're going to refer to them in the broadcast, and from here on out, the next opponent is the Falcon Nest Monsters. And I don't know if you realize this, but the governor is going to be at Friday night.
Yeah, big time VIP. No pressure, right?
No pressure whatsoever. And I hear she's flying in a helicopter and going to land at midfield.
Nice. Okay. Good.
I have no idea if that's true or not. But
well,
as
it
far
sounds
as I'm
cool.
concerned, it sounds cool. Yeah.
Land on midfield and give the queen honor the queen.
Honor the queen. Exactly. Yeah. So, I'm not really sure what the deal is. I found out. And maybe she just likes Mena Bearcat football.
Yeah, pretty excited for her to get over here, and I think she's going to be a part of our festivities that night and watch some Bearcat football. So Falc's a good football team. They've won 5 games, so you don't get to this point in the year and win 5 games by accident. They've had a tough schedule just like we have. It's old conference, Bo. When I was in high school, Falc was in our conference. In fact, I think my senior year we actually played Falc for homecoming or something.
They're 3A now, correct?
Yes, they're 3A, and so they've had a tough schedule, and they've played some giants too, like Junction City and Prescott and teams like that. Mineral Springs, who's really good this year. And so Falc's a good football team, well coached, offensively really good running back. I think we were scouting this weekend. His last game, I think he had within 3 touches, he had close to 200 yards. He had a 99-yard touchdown run. He had like a 75-yard run. He had like a 60-yard catch. So explosive football player there, really good, and they're going to come, just like anybody, they'll come excited, ready to play football and try to ruin homecoming. And again, we're excited to be back at home. We're excited to kind of brand our new part of our season. We've been talking all week how we're 0-0. That's our record, 0-0, and we look to finish this thing strong.
Absolutely. Well, folks, join us Friday night, 7 o'clock. It's going to be brought to you live here at the Bearcat Foundation. Better than that, we need to show up to the game. I should say that first. Yeah, don't watch the broadcast show.
Unless you're sick or something, or live really far away.
Really far away. That's your only excuse. But we'd like to again thank our sponsors, University of Arkansas at Rich Mountain, as well as Sterling Machinery, Mena Insurance, and Union Bank of Mena. With that, we'll see you next week.